Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So the Astral Lockbox will be returning on June the 23rd, and with that it will indeed be updated. We can see it now has multiple different rewards within it. It seems they're going to do this now regularly, change the rewards every time they come out with it, as you'll only be able to buy it within, let's say, a week, and then not again for another few months. And you can see within the random account wide section there on the legendary, you can get the Feywild Griffin, Mythic, Crystalline Warhorse amount, and Hellfire Steed amount. And then you can also get a Mystagogue, which is a companion, and the KeGeKK companions, both of them being pretty good. The KeGeKK for single target damage and the Mystagogue for AoE damage. You can see on my single target ranking for companions, you can see that the KeGeKK was in 15th place there. That would be higher if we disinclude the companions that are specific to certain classes. And the KeGeKK is not a companion available in the auction house, as it was limited to a Zen market pack where you would get the Gith race. However, that Mystagogue is definitely a companion that sells for quite a lot, but prices are going down, and in my opinion it really doesn't compete with, let's say, the Succubus or even the Incubus in terms of AoE damage with their massive hit and then nothing much later on. The Mystagogue does have consistency going for it. That's about it. Otherwise, you can see there'll be the purple butterfly swarm, the orange one, and then the blue forged rage drake, the shadow drake, and the leopard printed Yethhound. You can look those up for yourselves. They have different unique skins. None of them are special there except for fashion. And then the epic companions, the Tomb Spider, the Spine Devil. My oh my, that Spine Devil. The only place you can get it is from an old lockbox, and yeah, selling for over 7.5 million there. And it has the ability to cause your target to be vulnerable to attacks, taking 10% increased damage. And this is massive for boss fights and trials where you want to increase everybody's potential damage. You can see that with the Impaling Fork. The Tomb Spider isn't actually that bad as an offensive companion. You can see it was ranked just here in 7th place. Technically, like, if you exclude the Paranoid Delusion, it's in 3rd place. I still need to make sure and double check these numbers for module 23, but as of right now, that's how they stand. And then the Halfling Wayward Wizard, which is a lesser version of the Mystagogue. It's like the normal Wayward Wizard, nothing special there. The Lich, which is a good companion for a tank, and the Shadow Elemental, which is just, I don't know why it's there. Then you can also get some genie gifts, companion upgrade tokens, and Alexandrites. That'll be the majority of what you'll be getting. And then you'll also get a second reward, which will be from this list, and also a third reward, which will be some trade bars. So it's definitely going to be better, in my opinion, at least for getting trade bars, than the updated Dragon Cult Lockbox that'll be dropping with module 23 a week before that. This one having all of its drop rates listed for us. Basically, the drop rates haven't changed with lockboxes for a good time now, and yes, getting like a top tier rank reward in a lockbox is 1 out of 250. Doesn't mean that you're going to open 250 and guaranteed to get it. It just means every time you open one, there is a chance of 1 in 250 that you'll get that drop. And so if we project that to the Astral Lockbox, most likely the drop rates here as well are for a random account wide unlock of the legendary stuff here. It's going to be 1 in 250, and then for the random epic mounts and random epic companions, it's most likely 1 in 200 that we'd see, let's say, with the mythic insignias. However, it could well be 1 in 250. But let's go and open a bunch of these and we can have a look at what those drop rates are kind of looking like and see if we can get any of those exclusive new rewards within here. So we'll just go and spam open a bunch of these, but you can see you get a decent amount of trade bars from these, not as much as you'll get from the older lock boxes. As you can see, the lowest amount here is 20 per box. However, with those older ones, it was lowest amount as 25, and the cap on these is only 500, whereas again those older ones, the cap was 1,000. You can see we've opened like nearly 100 here. Haven't got much that's great there. Okay, we got 2 of those unique mounts here. There's the orange butterfly swarm, and there's the blue forged rage drake. We can inspect that one. That one actually looks pretty neat there with the aesthetics of it, and then that swarm where you turn into a swarm of butterflies. Pretty cool, but again, both of those are just fashion and really not going to help you with character progression, but I guess that's what endgame's about then. When you've maxed out your character, just make it look as good as possible. Fashion always changes, but you can see still nothing really special here. We're looking for like a Lich, a Mystigog, or even the Spine Devil ideally. That's over 200 of them now. Same story, same old junk, just insignias as the majority drops. We do have a bunch of trade bars, which is neat. Second legendary insignia. They should really be dropping mythic ones in here. That would be pretty nice. There's a third legendary insignia. Still only sitting on 2 of those mounts. I don't know what they done to the drop rates of the other 2 sections. We did get a third mount, which was that Hound here, and we just got the Lich Companion now as well. We actually had a second Lich Companion too, and you can see this being the Leopard printed Hound. And this being the Lich Companion, you can see with that extra damage resistance of the Undying Overlord. Pretty good for tanks. I still need to actually test, does it work against like all different types of content? There will of course be some areas where it may not. Too many trade powers. We got our 4th legendary insignia. Like you can see, the lockbox does always drop 3 rewards, whereas the newer lockbox is only going to drop you 1. But realistically here, you're just getting like a genie gift, your trade bars all the time, which is definitely nice, but then just some insignias or a voucher. And with the new upcoming lockbox, you got some very good rewards there. Like you could get some random mounts and companions, and you could get some really unique ones. Sure, you get a bunch of trash too. You're getting like overloads, you're getting epic mount collars, bunch of rerolls. But yeah, it's a big hit to the trade bars, and this should say like at least 400 there. But for me, are these Astral Lockboxes worth it? Should you be opening them? Well, really, they're only there for trade bars, and I would not open them if you're trying to get any of these special unique rewards. You can see 3 Lich Companions in a row. What awful luck is that? We did get 1 Wayward Wizard there now, Halfling one. That's just this guy here. He just has some good AoE damage powers. So personally, I only open these lockboxes if I want to convert Astral Diamonds to trade bars. No other reason. Regardless of what top tier rewards they put in, you're not going to open them to hope to obtain that unless you're flooded with Astral Diamonds and you don't know what else to do with them. Trade bars can always be a pretty good investment. We'll see what happens moving forward. And with the newer lockboxes really not dropping many trade bars, we'll see definitely anything that costs trade bars become a lot more valuable. Of course, that does depend how many trade bars are out there. Most people do have VIP and will on a regular basis claim that VIP key and then open lockboxes. We've opened over 800 of them there. This is the kind of rewards we're looking at in terms of those top tier ones. Yeah, I'm not impressed whatsoever. And there we managed to obtain, as you can see, the Shadow Drake. Few people will like this. It was again Zen Market exclusive on a pack, so not many of them out there. And otherwise the orange butterfly swarm again, I believe, and you can see those all there. Another Halfling Wayward Wizard, no Mystigog at all, but your drop rates are going to be pretty horrendous when the actual drop rate for, let's say, a random account wide unlock on that section is like 1 in 250, then what's going to be that when you have to divide the chance then again between 5 other drops? It's pretty crazy. So we'll just open 1 more there, and we got our 1000 opened, and we luckily got another one of those mounts. And that, after opening 1000, is all my like premium rewards, the rewards that are kind of new. Not exactly happy with the drop rates on that, and I would not consider opening these boxes just for those. We can go ahead and convert, let's say, all of our insignias and see what kind of values we were getting and the amount of insignia dust. Let's go convert all of that, finish, and we can see, there we go. We got a total of 6,500. Let's throw this one on as well, and we'd probably get a bit more. Yeah, so we got about 7,000 insignia dust. Not the best, and not really something I would spend over 100 million on Astral Lockboxes just for that. We didn't even get 1 Spine Devil or a Mystigog in 1,000. And that again is because the drop rates are so tiny, because they're divided up between different different rewards. So trying to go after one reward is a bit silly. You're better off buying it off the auction house. People will open some Astral Lockboxes just on chance, just for some trade bars, and they might get lucky and then they can sell it. It's definitely worth it to just buy it, and then you know you're guaranteed getting what you want for the Astral Diamonds you spend. And so it appears the drop rate for this legendary stuff is pretty horrendous. You can see we didn't even get one of those legendary rewards to drop at all. We got 5 companions and 9 mounts there, which means the drop rate for the random epic amount is most likely double than it is for the epic companions. Overall, top tier rewards have a horrendous drop rate, probably 1 in 500, and we just got extremely unlucky. Mounts probably have 1 in 100, and companions probably have 1 in 200. With that said, that's the overall update to the Astral Lockbox, again coming this June on the 23rd. We will of course get the Wondrous Bazaar discount on that, so the lowest price you can buy them for is about 60,000 per box. Not a bad deal at all if you just want trade bars, and especially with newer lockboxes not having the old drop rates of trade bars, it'll be definitely more valuable to be opening and storing those lockboxes and saving them. Of course, you can always spend your keys on older lockboxes. There's nothing stopping you that for getting trade bars. But people might not have keys and they might have lots of AD to spend. So there's always the Astral Lockbox there. Again, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members for helping me keep my channel going. And if it was as well, consider leaving the video a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. See you guys around. Goodbye for now.